Alrighty, welcome everybody to the Gacha Only stream. Yeah, it's back. I finally remembered that I have this thing I have going on that I could stream. Also, I might be streaming this a bit more because I won't lie, this last update, 15.1, is probably the emptiest update ever. Like, I can only get like maybe 3 more videos out of it, so there's probably going to be a lot more of this to fill the gaps of content. Well, I'm gonna just configure this so that way I can read the chat easier. My mic isn't in the way. Go. I'll pull some here quick, then I'll see what chat's up to. Jeez, I don't know what's going on with the audio with the emulator. BlueStacks here. Really crackling in my ears, so I'm just gonna mute it for a moment. Hope that resolves it. What do I think about the new Uberfest Uber? Is it really SSS like everyone says? Uh, I mean, I genuinely think this new Uberfest unit is like contender for perhaps the best Uber in the game. I genuinely think this new Uberfest. Now I have to wait. We gotta wait a couple of days before I can give my full thoughts on it because it's not out. I'd rather keep my channel alive, but like to say this unit is crazy is an understatement. Now, I don't know what they were doing at Ponos HQ, but they were doing something. Yeah, hold up. The audio is really crackly in my ears. I don't know what's going on with this. When's No Gacha? Probably not for a long time. Probably never. I think I'm probably done with the No Gacha series. There's not really much else to do. And I've kind of lost interest in doing No Gacha stuff. Okay. Yeah, the emulator audio is very crackly, so what I'm gonna do actually is just set something up real quick. If I can uh, just try to put something else on in the background so that way my ears don't explode because of how crackly the audio is in my ear. 10 seconds of cooldown. 10-second summon cooldown is actually insane. Unit dies, oh, you could just send them out again and they have another conjure ready to go. Application audio capture. Yeah, I'm just adding something here because the evolved form has a 10-second cooldown. Okay, I'm just gonna test this out to see if it's okay. The audio sound good? Because I'm trying to, because I was gonna play the game audio, but for some reason the audio was really crackly in my ears, and I'd rather not deal with that. So I'm just putting on some of the 13th anniversary music in the background because Again, for some reason, the audio on the BlueStacks here is very crackly, and I'd rather not deal with it. So, okay, yeah, I was just doing some XP stuff here. You know, even though we can do some UL. There is actually a new 15.1 feature that we can actually check out right now, and it's this Abyss stage stuff. Now, if you don't know what this is, it's basically like a labyrinth version of Advent stages. So I'm just gonna go in here, grab whatever lineup I used for Realm of Carnage. And if you go over here, basically the way these work is that you can get rewards, you can get cat's eyes for beating this stage a specific amount of times. Like if you beat the stage 10 times, if you beat the stage 2 times, you get 10 uber rare cat's eyes. You beat it again, you get another 15. You beat it 4 times, you get 3 dark cat's eyes, and you beat it a 5th time, you get another 3 dark cat's eyes. But the thing is that every time you beat this, your units effectively become locked, sort of like Labyrinth. So basically, you want to try your best to create a lineup that requires the least amount of units possible, but still being able to beat the stage. Obviously, your units won't get trapped if you don't beat the stage. They only get trapped if you beat the stage. And you don't have to use all 10 of the slots here. I figure this is a perfect opportunity to bring in Kaiji Claws. I'm trying to think who else would be solid to bring. I don't have a lot of meat shield options. Where's gold? Actually, yeah. I want to save Row for another further attempt. Bring you for... Yeah, I think these two will be enough to help deal with 4 in the first little bit. And then... Gotta bring something else for the, ostrich. I mean, the neat thing is that I have plenty of Ubers at my disposal that I could use. So it's not like, I'm starved of things to use. Yeah. And then I'll probably just grab... Thinking probably one more unit. Like, City of Liberty. I'll try this. What stage is this? This is Realm of Carnage. But it's the Abyss version of the stage. I could probably get a Kaiji out here. There we go. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna be enough. Um, I don't want to burn through all my good options just yet, but I am gonna need some range on the ostrich. Actually, let me see who I have if I have anyone weak that's weak and immune. Actually, no, I want to save Tengu for a later attempt. Yeah, it's just the regular stage. Okay, let me see what I have for anti-trait list instead. Yeah, that's gonna let me scroll. I could try using Dolls here. What do? You weaken. Okay. And I guess I just gotta find some other filler unit I could bring in here. Oh, maximum the fighter. This could work. Actually, no, I'm gonna try to use Goemon. I mean, I'm trying to get I'm trying to see if I can get all the Catsa rewards here, so I can work towards Jiso Ultra Form. And decent search hit. Huh. Dolls, I'm sure, is putting in the work there, huh? Rare Oscar Cat usage. Tips on Typhoon Nemo. If you do not have Professor Cat jobs, is the true form. then Rodeo Cat might just be one of your best options. Talented Rodeo. Seeing what else is on. I could tackle this. Do get some stuff out of it. For dealing with the low buns, you're gonna want to use something like Fishman. Thaumaturge is also another good unit. Oh, wait, hold up. I remember what this is now. This is Rajakon. I forgot which behemoth enemy was in here. Okay. Where's Angel? One, yeah. Ooh, the MPEs would be really nice here. I gotta go grab ramen. Oh, never mind. I already have ramen in the lineup. Uh. Oh, yeah, that should work. If we can duration combo. I'm pretty sure weak and medium is enough, though I don't remember the exact numbers on CAD jobs. Is there this one? I'm pretty sure all of these, except maybe the last one, only has a single Rajakon. Let's see what the Savage Blow is nice. My goodness, Retsu is just getting all these Savage Blows. Honestly impressive. The 10% chance. Got what, 3 of them in a very short span? Alright, there we go. Rajakon's down. Sweet. Got some Catamin Bees is always nice. Oh, this is ready. I'm not gonna go into it. Okay. I think I should get a move on and start UL. Okay, yeah, we can go back to this lineup. Yeah, I mean, pretty much anything works in this first stage. Yeah, this is a bit of a nothing burger stage. Oh wait, hold on. This one is a super metal hippo in it. Don't I have camera crit? Hmm. Yeah. You know what? I'll just try to ball with. Nah. I'm gonna bring Catasaurus. D phono better than normal phono? Uh, I'd say most of the time, yeah. I mean, D phono slow is kind of crazy. I mean, regular phono is still absurdly good, but I prefer D phono just for the wide slow it has. Though I feel like these two units are so close to each other that saying either one or the other is better than the other is an acceptable answer, I find, for a lot of people. Because they're both really good at doing both the same thing and two different things. Those that have pulled on like Uber sets on the Rare Gacha or whatever, or have been doing that, what was the latest Uber that you got? Oh yeah, I guess it is Christmas. So I guess another question I could ask is, what did everybody get for Christmas? ZA, pretty good game. I like it. Okay, this is the epic one horn old horn stage. Wait, hold up. This stage is free. I just do this. Beluga. Got Gamirion. Not too shabby of an Uber. I'm a personal fan of Gamirion because I remember using them when I first did Realm of Carnage. But the weakened immune is really nice for the Auros phase, because Gamirion just has so much base health. Yeah, I just need DPS machines. I forgot I've been working to this guy's Ultra Form. A Chun-Li should work as an extra DPS machine. I mean, that's fair. Lunos is actually insane of an Uber. Like, someone must have forgot to put, like, an extra 30,000 frames on that cooldown. But I mean, even then, the first form only having 10-second cooldown is still absolutely absurd. Because having spammable Conjure in of itself is absurd. Because that's 3 damage with really good CC. It's basically just Doron on steroids, basically, is one way to put it. Watch 15.2 destroy a CD. Now the question is... Oh, I didn't even need all those Ubers. The question is are they willing to change the cooldown of Lunos? Because there is possible issues that could arise if they tried to mess with that stuff due to Japanese gacha law. Okay, so this is the Epic Alien stage. Yeah, you have wave. You'll be nice. And I gotta put Fair 2 just so we can just keep pile on the freezes. Then the Octo here. Hold up, I gotta fix this real quick. It's gonna annoy me if I don't. There we go. One super rare. That's rough. Get some free cash from these weaker peons before the Elizabeth starts spawning. Right. to be able to get in there, do some stuff. Could have been a better surge. Okay. Well, Cat Job's dead. Does Mikako solo this stage? Honestly, she probably could. She probably could if you get enough dodge procs. And I don't think that would be too hard to get, considering it's a 50% dodge. You know, this stage, it just takes a while because the pigs have a ton of health. You know, it is crazy that ZL has gone through like 2 or 3 different like transitions with which enemies that mainly wants to use, because it started out with a bunch of behemoth enemies, and then they went with a lot of like event enemies, like the monthlies and stuff, and now they have sages. And even then it seems like they're using sages a little bit less as of late. Any tips for 12 free dojo? I don't have your ultra form. Do you have any of the other UL true forms? Like Nala, Luza, and stuff? Alright, Pasta Desert. This is where we're gonna need all of our LD to come in. Maybe Tama works. And then, yeah, Cyberpunk. Housewife. I'm gonna bring back Ramen. Alright. This should be enough. All except Dogi. Okay. The thing with not having Euro True Form is that you're gonna, if you don't have Euro True Form, then you're gonna need to have a crazy, like, you're gonna have to have a unit who's really good at dealing with Rangmaster. Because if you don't, because you just need to burst them down. No questions asked. Because if you have both Rangmaster and Megamajo, then it's gonna be really tricky to be able to fight off Okame, because you have to be able to burst both of them down really quickly and then deal enough damage to Okame to kill her before she blows up your base. Yeah, it is strange how Ponos have been using their enemies lately. Like, the only difficult stage I'd really say was in the latest chapter was the first stage, because they actually had a good combination of Astromeda, uh, Akugori, and Tekinold, making it so you can't exactly use your all too well as a counter to Akugori, because otherwise its counter surge will blow your stuff up. What Ubers can I replace your... Uh, I'd say take a look at your anti-Aku and see what you have. That'd probably be a good place to start. One knockback. Okay, that was a really good mini surge from just a good surge from Cat Jobs, even if it costed them their life. Uh, okay, I'm getting close to a second Cyberpunk, which should hopefully make things go a little bit more smoothly. Oh, there goes Mitama. Alright, there we go. Now we get our second Cyberpunk. Try to desync it a little. Yeah, I gotta wait for the next group of peons to come in before I send in Asukazli. There we go. Okay, well this is a little rough. Nice. Alright, sweet. Let's pass the desert. Would Amakusa work? Amakusa could probably work if you pair them with, like, Cat Researcher. Just to try to get the shield pierce. Because the main issue with Amakusa there is he doesn't have shield pierce. And you can't really afford to not pierce that shield if you don't have your old true form. Talented CAT is also really useful for the last phase of the stage. To just be able to get the most amount of damage against Okame as possible, if you have them. Mint Hill. Old Horn Neandum. Okay, we don't need these two in here. I'm gonna take you out as well from Balrog. Yeah, no. Here it's just an end pass again, but there's more old horns. So not much changes about the stage. Yeah, I remember when I started doing the Stardew Well videos, my Stardew Well guide videos. And this was before Newton came out, like almost a year before Newton had dropped. Or yeah, like it was a while before Newton dropped, but it was still at the time where using Lil Neandum was somewhat viable because it was one of the few no Uber options that could actually have range over the Master A and not have to rely on LD for it. And the slow came in clutch on occasion, which was really nice too. Did you save Luza for Relic Bird? Uh, I'd say you could probably if you're able to if you're trying to use Luza, I'd say the best way to use it is to try to get it out somewhat early during the Midnight D part of the level. So that way, by the time the Magma Joe spawns, you can have another Luza ready to go for it, while also being able to have the first Luza out to help deal with the Rangmaster. That's how I would go about it. Though if you're not able to do that, then it is in your best interest to just save Luza for Magma Joe and to pair them up with like Idichi form to just nuke the bird before Okame gets anywhere. Alright, sweet. Level's basically done. Oh, you don't have Idi? Uh... Well then, I mean, I guess you could try to Baja Blast the bird instead of Idiing it. Actually, let me look at the stage skims for that real quick. Find them in. Okay. Uh, a hard time staying. If you find you get yourself bored with doing like starred SOL specifically, then honestly, I just recommend having something on in the background while you're doing it, like a video or a movie or something to watch while you just do it. Because I mean, 4-star SOL this day and age, it's just Courier, Baja Blast. Like half the stage is just full to that pretty much instantly. So I get it being tedious and exhausting, but I'm telling you, just put on like a movie or something in the background, or a TV show or YouTube video, and just do that for a little bit. And I mean, it's more cat food for like future guaranteed draws, so Sorel is a good peon. Yeah, I mean, Sorel isn't the worst thing in the world. It's hard to stall, but it's also really easy to kill if you know what you're doing. especially after you get like future, and especially after you get cone. Okay, Kosamin Ruins. This is the funny stage. Where are my angels? Chronos. Ooh, the MPEs. Yeah, no, these guys would work really well here. Uh, the and then yeah. I could probably. Yeah, I'm gonna take you out and try to slot something else in. Should I also use Yuki? Yukimura is amazing for this stage. Once you get done with the two behemoths, because Yukimura could just absolutely chunk Okame, making it way less stressful to deal with them. Also, here's a little 12-3 tip. Okame isn't knockback immune, but both the Rangmaster and Megama Joe are. So using Breaker Blast there to keep Okame away is really nice. Tips for pre-UL Baja Blast. Uh, I would say the main thing is to just know how to cycle between your Manic Mohawks and Manic Erasers to keep Bahamut stalled near your base. I assume you're going into it with all of the COTC treasures, because if you aren't, just get those treasures out of the way. For dealing with, like, the Shibalian Elite, using units like a leveled up Kitty of Liberty or a Chill, just something that could deal high single target damage is nice. Because you don't even necessarily need to have massive damage or anything crazy for anti-aliens. You just need something that has good damage in general. So like Can, Kitty of Liberty, Chill, Liberty, Kung Fu Cat, yeah. Just units with good high single target damage, even. Izanagi would work really well for 12-3 as well, yeah. Metal Macho, Metal Macho could work. Yeah, I guess I'm just stalling Bahamut if Bahamut is alone. A Reunion Ray going crazy with the dodge procs. Two knockbacks. Blocked by not having enough units under leveled Fishman. Yeah, level 30 Fishman is fine. Just having Fishman at all is really the main thing. It just takes longer to kill. Would some LD Black KB unit work? Honestly, I wouldn't focus on a unit who is mainly useful for CC, because the main thing you really want for 12-3 is just damage, and units with damage is what you really want to go for. Okay, this is the Sir Metal Steel stage. Cool. Actually, I'm not going to use Kata for this. You weaken. Yeah. I'm gonna bring Jaconma as well. Okay. Yeah, this should work. How do you get the Rainbow Helpers? You need to first get 10 Gold Helpers before you can start unlocking Platinum Helpers. Because after you get 10 Gold Helpers, the Platinum Helpers have a chance to be acquired. Cash. Normal Casley? I'm trying to remember if... Are they Surge Immune? I don't... Because the main thing you'd have to worry about is the Magma Joe Surge. I'd imagine maybe at higher levels, but... Again, the main thing to worry about is just... Like, I'm sure she could work, it's just... The Surge level of the Magma Joe could absolutely tear her health apart. If you're unlucky. But I'm sure... Ritual Snake Casley could work. So again, oh yeah, also you'd have to be gambling with the 50% knockback chance. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. Playing Bandit, so it's another Old Horn Fest stage. Alright, time to bring out the DPS supers again. However, honestly, I feel like they don't want to repeat the same mistake they made with Wave Blocker, so I don't personally see them adding Surge Blocker or like any other new blocker abilities. Her Hanayama good for the... Oh, Hanayama is amazing for the Rangmaster. Because at level 50, you can easily two-shot the Rangmaster. And if you're... And as long as Hanayama doesn't blow up to Okame beforehand, then yeah, rank and uh Hanayama is probably one of the best Ubers for 12-3 for that specific reason, to just help quickly deal with the Rang Master. And also, it can give you, because you most people tend to run like a couple, like one or two, maybe even 3 unit lineup slots for Rang Master. So being able to condense everything into one slot can give you more slots open to deal with Okame and the Magama Joe. Yeah, he'll be able to get like a hit or two in before he dies to the overwhelming spam in the post Magama Joe phase. If you have another one ready to go. What unit should you use for the start off? Honestly, as long... Oh, I accidentally knocked my headphones out. Really, the only thing you need for the start off is, like, Cone. Maybe, like, Courier. Cone Courier. To help deal with the Sir Seals, because once Midnight D is alone, Cone has just enough health to be able to permastall the Midnight D. Buggy Hollows. There's some zombies in here. It's mostly just traitless. Housewife should be more than enough to help deal with it. You target... Yeah, those 3 traits. Does Baja Blast ruin the cheese strat for first errand? I mean, Baja Blast can make... Honestly, Baja Blast is probably... Yeah, no, first errand is probably, like, the one place where it's a little bit worse to use Baja Blast, because you'd have to worry about Blast juggling the Doremi back. Though if you are careful with it, you can still just get away with using Bahamut like that. Yeah, you're single target. I'm just trying to find something for Chun-Li to... Oh wait, hold up. I know who I could replace Chun-Li with. Yeah, I'd say if you were using Izanagi, probably best to not use Phono. And honestly, Phono, I personally think on that stage isn't exactly the best, simply because that spread damage really hurts, or just you just don't have enough damage. I find with Phono most of the time on that stage. So if like, it's better to replace Phono with like a more specialized unit that can just get bigger numbers. Darn it, I was gonna get another one out. Oh, speak of the devil. Okay, sweet. Oh yeah, then I can get Kajubs out. Can Hellrider Kenshin permastall Okame? Uh, Hellrider Kenshin is also, yeah, if you, I think if you have some knockback combos, then very much so, yeah. Hellrider Kenshin is like easily one of the best Ubers for 12-3 because of that fact that she could just bring Okame all the way back to the base and can deal good damage to the Magma Joe if you have relic talents unlocked. Yeah, I'd say give Casley a try. Why do the last 3 to 4 updates feel so small? I mean, there wasn't, they just hadn't add a lot of like stuff for base game. It was like 14.7, a lot of the content there was the Street Fighter stuff. 15.0, the only main content was 13th anniversary stuff. And EN is not seeing that for a while, so. Does Megama Joe have Counter Surge? No. Megama Joe came out before Counter Surge was the thing. Magma Joe is just Surge immune, I think. Yeah, all the Joes are immune to Surge. Okay, Thriller Grin. Oh, more LD slop. Okay. Oh, actually, you would work really nicely here because you can hit both things. And actually, yeah, you know what? I'll give this a try, see how it goes. If I have to swap stuff around, I will. Yeah, Iguana Day has counter surge. Catman Ultra Form would be pretty interesting. Though I feel like Catman is going to be one of those units that gets Ultra Talents instead of an Ultra Form. Counter Surge doesn't work if a unit has Surge Immunity. Unit or enemy has Surge Immunity, no. So, because the surge immunity would take priority over the counter surge. Which Luna has the counter surge? The Epic Fest version. If he gets no, the counter surge would still activate if it had the resist surge orb. The only way it wouldn't be able to activate is if Nobunaga had access to 2 orb slots and had both the surge resist orbs. Yeah, I much prefer this state than the Professor A being way more upfront. Okay. Half dead, which is nice. What is the most OP talent ores for Baja? Genuinely? Actually a good question. For the ability-based orbs, like the standard 5, then having attack on Bahamut is actually really strong for the extra 20k piercing damage it gets on each of the blast levels. Though for like the extra dojo orbs, that's actually a pretty interesting question. Oh, actually, I know the strengthened orb is really good because Bahamut is really good at just getting kills and being able to get 10 kills on weak peons to give it a permanent damage boost until it dies is really good. Okay, John Ghoul. John Sorrel stage. Where's... Take these 2 out. I'll take you out because I'd rather not have single target juggle. And then just find these 2 traits. Welcome to John Ghoul, where there's a bunch of green squirrels. Welcome to the John Ghoul. It's the new Guns N' Roses single. Welcome to the John Ghoul. Okay, I think I need to take a slight different approach to this. Would a counter surge be weaker if it's resisted? Wait. I feel like I'd have to do some digging to figure that one out, but I don't see why it would. Though I mean, the counter surge works by taking your unit stats and the levels of the enemy stats, so I don't think there would be a difference. There we go. Now things are going a little more smoothly. You know, Rich's cat, it's a very like outside of its combo, it doesn't have the best stats, but it has a good enough of an attack stat where where it actually has a niche of being able to pick off a weak peon or two for just some free cash at the start. I find that so endearing because like at level 50 it deals. Actually, I can check right now. Give me a second. Uh, purchase. Yeah. Like, yeah, it deals like 40k damage at level 50. And I think it just having a niche of being a weak peon killer for the start of levels is really awesome. What if the count was attack frequency up? The float. Bahamut already has a TBA of 0. That wouldn't do anything. Alright, where is the little guy? There he is. Alright, okay. I do have the gold fruit, I just need the, green gems. Like the Raging Bahamut. I still think it would just be worse, because compared to most late game stuff, because late game specialists are dealing way more than like 93k damage at level 50. I'm trying to remember where is the Aku XP? What is the stage? Is this the? Yeah, it is. Okay, it is Aku XP. Aku. You know, shout out to Kaiji Claws getting Surge Immune talents. Genuinely one of the best talents it could have gotten. Will there be UFUT? Doesn't Kaiji Claws suck? No, Kaiji Claws is a good unit. It just has a little less base health than regular Kaiji, but like Kaiji Claws is still just as competent as base Kaiji. The only real difference between them and base Kaiji is having a little less base health and having 20 less standing range, which I don't think isn't enough to put it on the low bar. Yeah, and Kaiji Claws strengthen can now be on par, because Kaiji Claws and base Kaiji have the exact same damage stat. And considering that Kaiji Claw's got surge immunity, it's really good for it to be able to tank Aku, because Aku are known for having surge spam, so being able to deny that with a tanker unit that has a fast cooldown like this is really good on it. Also, the fact that Kaiji Claws got strengthened talents means now I can very... I mean, I could do it with Balrog, but I now have another way if I felt bored to do it. Do, babies first. Okay, I'm gonna put on this ad for more XP, but I do not trust the, ads that you get given with this sort of stuff, because I have seen some crazy stuff. Okay, it's just Maple's story. The Maple Story ad. This is the supervillain typing a... Yeah, it's like a subtrait to Behemoth, like Behemoth and Colossal. Though I think it's the subtrait that's just gonna stay on the anniversary enemies. Kind of like how the Ava Angel and Witch Killer are, or the Witch trait. Okay, ads over. We can go back to this. Ads have been wilding at 90% of my cat ads have crypto scam. Yeah, that's stuff like that. Like, I don't want to show any of that, or you get some really weird, like, AI ads that no thank you. No thank you. I would rather not have that shown on my channel. Yeah, like the AI anime girl stuff. Like, no. No thank you, I'm not interested. Okay, what the hell is this? This is... This Empress? No, this is... Oh. This is Evil Emperor. I'm gonna go get 30 free cat food real quick. Just a nice little intermission period between UL. Just have this going on for a little bit. When is Super Cat true form? True. This is what? Pubsley came out like 6 years ago at this point, and we still don't have Super Cat true form. They gotta be cooking something with that. Why do people say UFGzo is so good? He just can't survive in the tiniest bit of Omni. The thing with the Ultra Caso Jizo is he gets to keep access to his talents when going into Ultra form, so he still has a good damage boost. He still gets way more HP. He also gains like Curse and Toxic immunity, and Jizo as a base unit is already a really good spammable attacker. So being able to have those extra stats and those extra abilities just puts him up even higher. What would Rock True Form even do? I genuinely think the only way they could do Rock True Form without making it even more broken as is to give it higher base health and to give it Toxic immunity. Because I genuinely don't see how else you could make Rock True Form already more broken than how broken Boulder is already. I need some anti-red. A little bit more anti-red in here. What are my rares looking like? Okay. I'm gonna Asuka. And I want to put in slapsticks for the rails. Right here. I don't know, I guess explosion immunity too. Just adding immunities to Boulder True Form is like the only real way they could go about more damage. I feel like you'd have to be really careful with giving Boulder more damage. Because it already deals like a good 7k damage, which is really good for being able to chip stuff down. Oh, hello, Boss Shockwave. You're gonna blow up my base, aren't you? Like, I feel like at most you could maybe give Rock like a 10-15% damage boost without it going overboard. Metal Macho True Form, it's not dropping. The issue with Metal Macho True Form is the fact that you'd have to be able to make it level 30, and that in of itself is like a no-go. Oh, I wanted to send up Balrog. Oh well. I just realized I didn't swap out my Ubers. Make Rock linger a little bit more. They're not gonna do that. Rock, because that just makes Research Rock win the game. Yeah, like, the only real way they'd be able to do a Metal Cat True Form is if it was, like, an Awakening stage. Which, I mean, I guess there is precedent for Gacha True Forms being unlocked through stages because of the Malevolent Cats. But that's really the only way they'd be able to go about giving it a True Form, I think. I've been meaning to unlock that talent, and I just never got around to it. Oh wait, hold up. I should also grab Curse Immunity. There we go. Should probably also level up Ruri. Just gone to bring them along. They have cooked something cooked. Yeah, the new Uberfest Uber. But I feel like it's a little bit different from them wanting to make an Uber absurdly overpowered and overtuned to like a free, like, sure, Baja Blast exists, but it's not an instant win button because you still have to be a little bit smart with it. I gotta, what level is my can? Or is it just because, yeah, I don't have stat talents on it. Hello, Frosty. We cleared 2 subchapters of UL. That's basically it. Okay, I gotta wait for this next hit before I try using, there we go. What do I think is the easiest Advent Brutal? Uh, Jumbo Jones. Jumbo Jones is easily the easiest of the Brutal Advents. Yeah, can't. There we go. Ah, yeah. okay, we get the knockback with the summon. Nice. Oh, the blonde TBA hurts. Hello to Frost TBs, brother. Bigger question, what is the second easiest? Infernal Torment Random. Okay, my issue is I do not have cash here. I'm dropping way too many bans on things actually, why am I using you? I just gotta need more red damage, I think. Ways to get cash. Actually, you know what? Speaking of cash, hold up. I should probably bring Richest Cat instead. For Slapsticks. Slapsticks honestly really ain't doing anything right here right now. Okay. I can get another hit. Okay, we can bring this guy out, try to sniff out some cash. Probably not gonna happen. I'm just gonna save up cash here. The Burgle Cat shut down. Yeah. So crazy that Burgle Cat's just shut down recently. Okay, I need to... I do not know what's going on here. Why we're just not getting damage on the seal. 3. Oh, that's not good. Your Surge is hitting the base. I don't think that conjure hit anything. It's a little rough. I'm gonna get a Balrog out here just to try to sweep stuff away. Huh. There goes one cap, which is okay. Cannon knockback. That's awesome. Okay. This is still possible. I think. Hopefully. Okay. Now that's the run. Worried about push it for content. How often do I stream? Honestly, streaming just comes whenever I feel like it. Though I will say, considering the fact that 15.1 is such a nothing burger update, I'm probably going to be streaming a little bit more. Because videos are going to have my priority. There's no changing that. But, like, except maybe doing, like, more advent guides and stuff. I really don't foresee myself doing much videos. Because there's, like, one extra unit I can talk about, and there's like 2 sets of stages, and that's it. Because I generally don't like talking about talents, partly because like I feel like I just can't like talents are one of those weird things where it's like I just prefer to talk about them fully in my update analysis videos over them being separate individual videos. Because the thing with doing commentary content is that writing a script is such a big part of the process. And in cases like my Cowland True Form video, I could have gotten that out within maybe the first day or two, but I like doing commentary unit reviews, and those take extra time. Though the issue arises is, like, if someone else uploads a video like Cowluga True Form review before I'm able to get to it, then I receive less views. So I generally try to prioritize new units, new forms and stuff over just like talent analysis. No need for plan B. Probably the next advent guide I'm going to work on is Debut. I mean, I got the the super thanks asking for a debut guide. So probably after I make my review on the new Uberfest unit and the Coliseum stages, I'm probably gonna work on a video about a debut guide. Probably make a debut guide because I did have fun making the advent guides, and I'm very much willing to do another one. Is Hanayama toxic immune? I'm pretty sure Hanayama's toxic immune. Though the thing is that Infernal Tyrant Neandum has so much base damage, and Hanayama only has 350 range, so at most you would probably be able to get one hit in before he just dies. Because even after resist, you're only taking like one hit from Infernal Tyrant. Oh my god, my mic was muted. You missed my whole spiel about the new Uberfest Uber. But yeah, okay, so what I was saying with the new Uberfest Uber is that spammable conjure, just in of itself, is just insane. Because the Uber is able to pay for itself by the time it dies, and even while it's still alive, it's still doing something. Basically, the best way to describe this new Uber is, you know that scene in SpongeBob where SpongeBob is grabbing Squidward's alarm clocks, trying to break them over and over again to stop Squidward from waking up early? It's basically just that scene because is where Squidward pulls back his opens his closet or whatever, and he has like 50 other alarm clocks in there. Like, I still don't think people like a lot of people just don't understand how stupidly broken spammable conjure is, just as a concept. Because conjure in of itself is just a really good ability because it brings so much good damage, good free damage. So when you have a unit that's able to gain a lot of ground back, is able to deal good damage with said conjure, and is able to basically pay itself off with a 10-second cooldown, this guy's pretty much always going to be ready to go, spam conjure, kill stuff, pay for itself. It's just an endless cycle of it being able to feed itself. To the first form? No, it doesn't apply to the first form. The conjure is weaker on first form, and it's only a level 3 mini surge. But still, it's stupid powerful on cash tight stages. Is Relic Emperor available after beating SO? I think Evil Emperor is after an Ancient Curse, I want to say. The first form's Conjure, I still, if I remember correctly, still deals an impressive, like, 80 or 90k damage if all three of the mini surges hit. No, it can still only use Conjure once, but the Uber itself has a 10-second cooldown, so by the time the Uber dies, you have another one that's just ready to go and able to use Conjure. And that is why it's so broken, because the Uber could pay for itself, the Uber has a 10-second cooldown. Those are the two main things that make the new Uberfest Uber stupid broken. Genuinely, the unit is better if it's able to die more. It's just because it's able to spam conjure more. But even if the unit is alive, it's able to get in some chip damage, and it has some slight omni, so it's able to pierce, it's always able to land a hit, and its targets aren't that bad either. It's what, Black Angel, Aku Relic? Like, those are some solid targets in of itself. I mean, on my Twitter feed, on my Twitter page, I upload a clip of me using them against Zero Luza, and I titled it the Rage Bait Strategy, because you could just juggle Luza so easily with this unit, and you can see what I mean by the unit is able to pay for itself, basically. Because even in a somewhat cash-tight stage like Revival of Origin, you could just keep this guy going. The only real issue is Boar Jr., but if you have the means to deal with them, then the stage is literally free with this unit. Okay, we're entering free stage territory because this starred aliens and they're COTC2 aliens. So I'm just gonna make a lineup that's good for the next stage. Zombies. Actually, hold on. Let me check. Do I have the upgrade materials to get you? Okay, I'm just missing purple gem. I'm gonna bring you. Swap you out for you because I want my XP. Bring housewife. Uh, want this trait. See if I have anything that can hit the big elephant. I could use you. And then for this stage, I'll just bring along Catasaurus to help. Oh wait, no, I do need a barrier breaker because Ultra Baba's in this stage. Go back to my rares, grab Catasaurus. Swap you out for now, I guess. Yeah, no, the new Uberfest Uber is actually stupidly broken. I did have a Merry Christmas. I hope everyone else here had a Merry Christmas as well. To those that celebrate. 'I'm probably gonna start applying those speed ups because I keep forgetting how slow some of these stages are. Not even difficult or anything; they just take a while to beat. Lost with only a Kame left. Oof. How much percent on the Okame? 40%. Ooh, that's rough. 45% and Yukimura was off cooldown. Oh, that's gotta suck. Like, Baha keeps rushing my base. Rebellion. I mean, a lot of the things to do in the Baja Blast stage is it's really just knowing when to stuff send out on the cooldown time from Bahamut's explosions to just get a hit off on the Rebellion. It's a lot of it is just timing and being able to time your units into being able to not get immediately killed by Bahamut's explosion. this stage is done. Alright. Oh. Oh, it's the stage. It's the stage everyone talks about when discussing Stardew Well. Calcastial Waters. Ooh, Skanda would actually be really nice here. Being able to target both traits. And then I'm gonna bring stuff for the boar. Like you. Yeah, you could stay. I'm gonna take Catasaurus out, bring in Reunion Ray. Yeah, Momotaro is a. I'm pretty sure I got Momotaro. I do in fact have Momotaro. Uh, Honestly, probably over Phono. Okay, this is good. Momotaro, yeah. Hello, Jester. Yellow. Yeah, the boar variants could go a little crazy in Stardew Well. Especially in a stage like this, where the infamous stage where it's one of the few stages where there's enough DPS that can just kill Brock just outright. Alright. Honestly, I think I could probably get away with doing a little bit of luring. So, yeah, I'm just gonna start sending stuff out now. Save the fastest stuff for a bit later. There we go. Get the ground, get the ball rolling. Now we can use Skanda to make everything easier to handle. Conjure here. To freeze everything. Is the profile... Yeah, it is. The profile picture is the perfect cyclone. Hello, Disco. Yeah, I'm probably safe enough to just put up speed up. Yeah, JP gets new content, and plus I've already have the No Gacha challenge on EN. But it's just more interesting to do JP. Hello, Xenolite. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, JP also... It's also, like, a case of JP sometimes gets collabs that EN just never gets. To give a good example of a collab that ran once in EN, but never ran again, but has ran in like JP 3 times or something, is the Bakurman collab. We're still waiting on Bakurman to eventually come to EN, which I'm still wondering why it hasn't. It's been like 13 updates since that collab happened last in JP, and EN has still not gotten it. This is Cory. Cory Oldhorn. Where are my wave? I wanna try to drag something in here. Oh wait, mass production Ava. And then throw in Tengu, I guess. And then go grab Balrog to help deal with Oldhorn. I grab Octopus too. I could do that. W stream today. What do I want to bring? Not much I could think of. You know, I'll rock and roll with this, see how it goes. If I have to change things up, then I gotta change things up. What level is this? This is Utsubobo C mount. Why is there an orange fruit on the cat? Something to do with I think it's. I'm trying to remember if it's a. I think it's a New Year's thing. I think. Don't quote me on that. Do I understand Japanese? No. I do not know Japanese. I've just played Battle Cat so much that I'm just able to vibe guess everything. Oh, I forgot to send in Octo, and now researcher's gonna die. Or your professor is gonna die. Okay, there we go. I'm getting my Octos in. I'm gonna play BCJP for like a year, and you'll be able to guess 90% of the content. Also, to add on, from my own personal things, I have like beaten this game like twice now, like in its entirety, 2 or 3 times. So it's just like intuitive that I know where everything is. Not missions. This professor, yeah, the Professor Cat job says the strongest beacon in the game. Pretty much every single weekend unit brings everything down by 50%, unless your name is Sanzo Weekend, which is 70% for some reason. But Professor has the luxury of being able to bring everything down to 1%. What's my favorite unit? Dancer is my personal favorite. I don't bring Dancer everywhere, but I just love using Dancer as a unit. I've always been a strong believer in Dancer as a unit. Like even before everyone realized how strong Dancer talents were. Psycho Cat weekend, true. That's also another weekend. The Psycho Cat weekend has a lot more applications, I think, than Sanzo weekend, because it's got better range, so it's able to weaken things from a safer distance over stuff like Thaumaturge in certain situations. Is it? Hold on, let me take a look. Okay. No, Psycho Cat's weekend is 70%. Grab you. This is the remake of the freaking first Rain D stage, but you throw in some Sorels and Relic Doges, because why not? Uh, gotta grab you. Yeah, Sloth. Sloth's also here. Okay, I'm trying not to be too aggressive here, because I want to be able to get max wallet if I can. Okay, I gotta start being a little bit more proactive here. Okay, there we go. Now we can start getting cybers and stuff out. Does it show new Festuber in the banner or no? No, it has to release. It's gonna be releasing in super fast in like a week. Time zones. True. Yes, I think one of three knockbacks on the sloth. Okay, we're still chilling. Still living. Okay. Sloth is almost dead. Why does it take so long to check that I'm a subscriber on the chat? Uh, that's a good question. 'Cause, I mean, it should work by just making it so everyone that's not subbed to the channel wait 5 minutes once they subscribe. I don't know why it would affect you. Merry late Christmas, early morning. For me, anyways, because now officially Boxing Day. Everything's on sale. Takes like 20 seconds or something. Alright. Give me my login bonuses. Oh, yeah, you can tell it's been a hot minute since I've opened it up. I got the login return stamps. Yeah, I was already in the process of trying to get this guy's Ultra Form, so I think I'm gonna go for that first before I try to get the Ultra Form. I still need 6 more Dark Cat size. Okay. It's an even day, so this stage should still be on. I'm gonna try to do this again. Uh, you can tell this is where the lack of meat shields kind of stings a little. Extremely overpowered Fest unit showcase when? Whenever they release. Trying not to bring everything out at once because I still gotta make sure I can have stuff for later attempts of this. I might try to save you for the... New Elemental Pixies ranking. I'm not the guy that does Uber rankings. You'd have to look elsewhere for Uber set rankings. Oh, you know what? I'll give this a try. See how far I can go without Rich. So I'm probably gonna bring Rich Cat for the next attempt. You know, I'd got myself something off the Battlecatcher JP online store like a little bit ago. And man, those international shipping fees are crazy. Genuinely costed like the shipping fees were like 3 times as much as the actual product I bought was. Because I just bought myself a little keychain. And that thing ended up being like $60 because of international shipping fees. That's 1, 2, 3. Oh. A miss. Oh. Damn. Okay, I gotta be able to find something else to provide shielding. I'm gonna go to unit cost. No, that's level. I want unit cost order. Can't use any of those. Actually, I might try to use Catalyte here, I guess. I'm gonna bring Rich. Is Kaiji a good cat to true form? I mean, Kaiji is like a solid unit. Like, I'd say if you have the resources and you're willing to spend them on Kaiji, then I'd say go for it for the true form. Wouldn't Metal Monster be good for Hanya, but not the Ostrich? I would use Metal Cat, but I'm trying to save it for later attempts on this. Yeah, you can use less than 10 units on this. So basically, for those that don't know, this is the new Abyss gimmick that they added in 15.1. And basically what it is that it adds like a labyrinth-like stage mechanic to Advent bosses where you can beat them and get like rewards for the amount of clears you get, but every time you clear a stage, it takes away all of the units you had used in the attempt, so you can't use them again. Okay, here comes Aros. And basically the reason that this is so good to do is that you can get 25 uber rare cat's eyes and 6 dark cat's eyes if you can beat it 5 times. Okay, that's the solid Savage Blow there. Isn't it legend? No, it's pretty sure it's Dark Cat's Eyes. Last time I checked. Okay, I just wanna do that. Okay. Huh. Oh, it was legend. Ain't no one better become. Yeah, this right now only exists on Cleonel, Queen Bee, and Hanya, but it's still like 75 Uber Cat's Eyes and 18 Dark Cat's Eyes. Use Pai Pai. I do not have Pai Pai. Okay, maybe I might save Taiji for... Use Skanda. Maybe on the next attempt I'll use... on, like, the next set of this, I'll use Skanda. The main thing with using, like, Skanda and the more better Ubers is that I want to try to save as many, like, actual good Ubers for these stages for later. Main thing is I just need to be able to get something in for the actually, I mean, I could use Deadeye here for the knockback. Why are there timed score rewards? They're not timed score rewards, they're clear score rewards. So if you beat this twice, you get 10 Uber Cat's Eyes. You beat it again for 3 clears, then you get 15, and then 4th attempt, 4th clear, 3 Dark Cat's Eyes, and it's another 3 Dark Cat's Eyes on your 5th clear. Yeah, this is a new feature for 15.1 that's added to some of the advanced stages. Actually, yeah, Deadeye is a good option here because it outranges the Hanya by 100. And it's not fast or anything, so it's not going to bleed into its range. When is it unlocked? That is something I don't know. I actually don't know when you get access to being able to do this. Okay, I probably should turn that off. It's causing my shit to miss. Yeah, obviously you'd have to beat the original stage. I think that's a given. But I don't know if there's any additional requirements or if it's just you have to beat the original stage. Is an underpowered stands under table through. Yeah, I don't want to lose too much ground here. I can afford to send some extra stuff out because of Rich. I'm gonna avoid sending out Sniper for a little bit. Oh yeah, I also gotta turn this off so I'm not having my stuff miss. Where I'm gonna start using the Sniper stuff. If I can just get one hit. Okay. I guess that works. Oh, I accidentally scrolled when I didn't want to. If I use Rocat, I want to save Ro for later attempts. For like later clears. If I can help it. Okay. Wait, hold up. Isn't Tengu weak and immune? They are. I completely forgot about that. Tengu would go crazy here. I just want to see if I have any... Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this instead, I think. Why do I need to save units? Because if I get a clear here, then I can't use any of the previous units that I used in attempts. It's like Labyrinth. Okay, I'm just gonna let stuff be for a little bit. Just try to get a little bit of distance if I can. Okay, now this is where I gotta start sending stuff out. Okay, Surge Savage Blow. Nice. Get some extra chip damage there. Okay. Go get some damage on the ostrich. Okay, there goes Hanayama. Yeah, I need to... It's a bit tricky here because I need to let the board push a little, but I also don't have the most amount of space to work with at the moment. Okay, now we just gotta get ground from Hanya here. Which is gonna be a little bit trickier to do than I wish. Okay, that's good. Okay, here comes the second Arast. Okay, that's good. Getting the another knockback there. Okay, that's nice. Okay, once I deal with this, I'm gonna send out Deadeye. Now the name of the game is just being able to keep distance, to just push Hanya as far back as possible. Dude, no, normal cats are no gacha. Same with the little cats. They're both no gacha. Okay, I think we're just gonna be here with this boar for a while. I'm just gonna save the Ubers for the next Oros. I already got a good enough damage on the boar, I think. Okay, well, it's half dead. Now here's where we gotta pull up with the Ubers. That gets a hit on Oros, which is nice. Don't think he lives to be able to get another hit in. Yeah, no. Okay, this boar's gotta die. Okay, we're still not dead, huh? Okay, well now we're dead. Okay, I don't think Sniper's helpful at all. Okay, I think we're gonna save that for later, I suppose. What else can we do? What else is on? Is this stage I can't... I'm not gonna try doing right now. What, Little Jamira? Actually, let me pop in here just to double check. Actually, no. Uh... Well, let's go clear up some outbreaks while they're here. Go clear some up. Does Queen's Coronation have it, or the three advents that have the Abyss gimmick so far are the Queen Bee, is the Queen Bee, Hanya, and Cleonel advents. No, I won't be surprised if they get added to more advents down the road. Okay, that's first outbreak dealt with. Go deal with this. No, Dabu and Baku don't have it. It's just Queen Bee, Clonel, and Hanya. It's just those three advents that have it. Alright, then we got our future outbreak. Yeah, early stage, so this one shouldn't take too long. And ugh, I said it once on the stream, and I'm gonna say it again. 15.1 really is like such a nothing burger update outside of the Abyss content and the new Uberfest unit. Because like literally the only new stages are like 2 Coliseum maps and ZL, and you have Kaluga True Form. And like besides that, there's like maybe some other small thing, and that's genuinely the update. There's like almost nothing in this update. You know, the art direction this game has is pretty neat. There's plenty of cool backgrounds. Soundtrack, a lot of the tracks are just bangers to put on. I mean, I'd have the like I said at the start of the stream, I would have the actual game audio running, but for some reason BlueStacks seems to hate me today. So we're just putting on the 13th anniversary music tracks. The capsule animation opening. Like, damn. Motherfuckers be really looking for the smallest details to justify the update. I mean, no shade to the bonus developers. They work hard and everything. It's just fun to say this update's a little small. You know, probably tomorrow or Saturday, I might just try to do a test stream to try out multi-streaming, because I might start doing multi-streaming on Twitch as well. Just because that's a thing that you're able to do now with like OBS and stream elements. Because like I didn't like streaming on Twitch before, mainly because discoverability is weird on there, and it's like one of those things where if you don't have an already established audience on like YouTube or whatever, it's really hard. It's a bit difficult to get going on like Twitch. That's why I prefer streaming on YouTube. But the thing with Twitch is that the chat functions are so much better than on YouTube. Because on YouTube, it's so bare bones. Whereas on Twitch, you can do like a million different things. On a scale from 1 to 10, how good do I think Howland is? I mean, outside of the combo, I think it's like a 6 out of 10 unit. I mean, 710 range with decent damage is always going to be good. It's not... Kaluka's not the most outstanding unit, but for what it is, it does a pretty good job at what it does. Why am I playing in Japanese? Because it's interesting. Stuff gets released sooner. And a lot of the new stuff that gets added in these updates is gacha related. So I'm able to get my grubby little hands on it sooner. If I'm able to roll for it. Or like a true form that gets released. Okay, we'll eventually reach this base. Eventually is the keyword. Kind of funny that, yeah, in Uber you just can't use train for this challenge. Got one more outbreak, I think. Yeah, these guys. Oh, hold up. We got another. Oh, we got new outbreaks. All right. Well, it looks like after this, I'm gonna be going back to chapter 1 of EOC. I should probably change up my lineup because I don't think this is gonna work. Uh, no. The infinite loop of outbreaks. You know, it really is a nice quality of life change they added to the outbreaks, so it actually tells you when the outbreaks are gonna change and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, this stage. I think it's really funny that like 95% of the COTC 3 outbreak stages are free, and then you just have filibuster outbreak, which is like an absurdly difficult stage specifically because of the combo of Ostromeda and Dreadbore at once, making it difficult to push into filibuster. We selected loop video, so of course it's gonna loop. Just so right on that. Oh, hello, Zakshun, freaking Deathshun. You're forgetting its name is Deathshun instead of, like, Zakshun. Oh. Oh, Ribbo's here. I don't know if my can't strong enough to break this thing's barrier. If I can even get to it. Okay. I think I got like level 2 Holy Blast. Nice. Very nice. Also, why am I using Cyberpunk? I mean, like, KOL and maybe something else. What's my other... I gotta bring an anti-alien to help deal, like, the pangs and stuff. Oh, actually, you would be nice. Actually, nah. We got Blanca. The gets stabbed by a bone. True. Undertale AUs or something else. Okay, you do that, so then with this, get, like, what, 10% of its health gone? Actually, Shigon would have been really nice here. If I somehow die this attempt, I'll swap, like, Ramen for Shigon. Okay, am I gonna be able to have the cash for Blanca? Okay. Deal with these pangs. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, Blanca has Barrier Breaker too. I completely forgot about that. I guess he has it because he's bored or something. I forgot that my thought process is fuck it, we go in and we change one thing if it doesn't work. Half the time I need to remember shit like this exists, even if it's more optimal to use. How do I beat Craze Axe? I don't know how to kill him. The main thing to focus with Craze Axe is not trying to kill Craze Axe itself, but to have something for Shy Boy. Because if you're able to kill Shy Boy with stuff like Bath Cat, Dragon Cat, Craze Bahamut, then the Craze Axe shouldn't be too much of an issue. If you have Wall and like Crazed Cat, maybe Crazed Wall, because the main thing is just getting rid of those Shy Boys. And if you're able to do that, then the stage becomes infinitely easier. Next action hit. Use Blanca. Okay, actually, is this a good warp? It's a good warp. Nice. Pro and housewife. Uh, I'd say you just want to use Rocat. I don't think you really need Row and housewife for Praise Axe. You'd want something like Raised Whale and Butterfly or Fishman if you're able to get the true form. And like Sanzo or any red floating slower to stop the Shy Boys. Because a lot of it is just the Shy Boys pushing power being really strong in that stage. So if you're able to deal with the Shy Boys, you just get ranged damage dealers as well to stack up on the Shy Boys, so that way they can burst down the Crazed Axe. Courier 2 is another great unit if you have them for Crazed Axe. I remember on my No Gacha save, I think what I used for Crazed Axe was like 4 meatshields, Courier, King Dragon, and Bahamut. Because the meatshields I had were enough to just stall everything. And Courier was able to pile up fast enough to deal with the Shy Boys. Alright, next outbreak's in like 3 hours. Massive quality of life change. I'm so glad that outbreaks are a lot easier to do now for people, instead of just having to guess when the outbreaks are on and you end up missing them. Ain't nothing more satisfying letting all the squirrels pile up and just being able to take them all out in one hit. Oh yeah, I will say, just because I have the opportunity to, if you enjoy the 13th anniversary music tracks, then I have 1 hour loops of each of the tracks if you want to give those a listen to on the channel. Alright, just like that, this stage is done. Well, there, Cadaver Bear. Well done. Well, that's that stage done. Okay, another early-ish outbreak. Yeah, gravity talents are neat. Okay, there goes the steals. And there goes Russia. Alright, was there... yeah, one more. COTC outbreak. I think if I'll ever most hate an enemy at... maybe? Though I feel like something like that, like the community poll stuff, I like to save for channel milestones. And I've just been having a lot of fun going over all the Uber sets and stuff, seeing what everyone thinks about each Uber. Okay, that's the last out. I got some energy left I still want to burn, so... see what else is there. That's the month stage, I'm not interested. This... time score rewards. I don't know what the hell's in here, but there's stuff, I guess. I gotta grab this. Piece here. This. Take you out, I think. Chronos. Skanda. Just do this for now. See what the hell's in here. Oh, it's these stages. I got stuff. I don't know what I got. I think I might just save that as an offline thing. This is... Oh, this is the Okame... not Okame. Friggin' Hanya. Thing with this is that I can only use Ubers. Which, yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is getting done anytime soon. This... Oh, this is Aku Cyclone. Hanayama... Blow up with the Cyclone. How do people unironically have to before finishing even weak and mildly acidic Warcraft? Some people just don't like going through Start SOL. That's genuinely just it. People would rather just get everything done and then come back to Start stages later. If it makes their Battle Cats experience less boring. Because that is one of the big things with the Start stages, is that a lot of people just find them very repetitive and annoying to do. What will Ponos give for 4 Crown UL? Dr. Nova, a really, really strong unit. Basically, the best way to describe Dr. Nova is Mitama if she was a free unit and her bulk was all natural. And also came equipped with Stage Slayer. And also had Explosion. Genuinely the best way I could describe Dr. Nova. And the Cyclone's dead. Like, the only reason why I don't use Dr. Nova in my videos is because of the fact that it's a UL, the 4-star UL clear reward. But, like, Dr. Nova is a really good unit. And I would use her more often for guides if she wasn't locked behind it. Behind 4-star UL. Because even people that are in, like, modern ZL, they still don't have a lot of Starred UL done just because of how tedious it can be. Oh, that's a free 5 cat food. Thank you for the cat food. I will never be using you here. Oh, and I guess Meow Metal, too. This is an awakening stage, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna take you out. I don't know which awakening stage this is. Is this Xmas Pudding? I think this might be Xmas Pudding's awakening stage. G Tom is still gonna work here regardless. Okay, yeah, it is. Oh, it was the pain. You know, I will definitely say, even before Baja Blast and Itty True Form released, 4-star UL had fallen to the same things as starred SOL, and where it's not even difficult, it's just tedious. Because, like, half the stages in starred UL, it's just, like, cheap unit spam with, like, 1 or 2 legend units. And, like, because you don't really need a whole lot for 4-star UL now, especially nowadays, I genuinely think that Space Marine is the second best barrier breaker for 4-star, only beaten out by Loincloth. But I generally don't recommend Loincloth to people that are asking on who to use as like a 4-star barrier breaker, because just simply for the simple fact that it's talent. But like if they have the NP and they're willing to spend it, then yeah, I'll tell them get Loincloth talent. But otherwise, just stick to Space Marine. Free to play for the. I'm free to play for life. I'm too busy funneling all my money into Marvel Rivals battle passes. Man, I can tell you, I can show my age by saying I remember when Dark Web was one of the most difficult stages in the game. Now that might sound absolutely insane in today's age, but back when the stage was still relatively new, that shit was genuinely difficult. Why I like eggs? I like scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs are pretty fire. Where are my Street Fighters that I never bothered to level up? There we go. For Christmas breakfast today, I had scrambled eggs, cut up potatoes, little potato like potato chunks. I'm still a little bit too much, little, not enough XP, and a couple of bacon strips. Pretty good Christmas breakfast, if I do say so myself. When's the next reward? Did okay, this okay. I can't believe. Yeah. Okay, I think that is going to be it for this stream. I want to thank everyone who came out here, saw me play a little bit of the Gacha Only Street Challenge. We got some UL done. We had a good conversations about 15.1 stuff and all that. And I just want to say thank you everyone for coming out here. and I want to wish you a good night, good evening, good morning. Just kick back, have a good one,